Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about increasing engagement by personalizing your content. So, for those who don't know exactly what content is the things that you create. It could be graphics for your social media, it could be email newsletters, it could be case studies, it could be videos, it could be reels, it could be anything that you are making to show your audience about your brand. So, we're going to be talking about the power of bringing your personality into your content, because I find that so many businesses think that they need to be a certain persona, they need to be a certain way, and it's not reflecting the way they really are as a brand. So, an example, maybe somebody who is very humorous, outspoken, active, really engaged, talks a lot, and just fun to be around. It's a burst of energy. But maybe if you would go to their website for their brand, you're not getting that vibe. It's very dull, very just very professional. You're not getting that person's really persona. And truthfully, that's the reason why people do business with other people, is for those individual connections that people are making with those personalities. So it's really important that you find ways to bring out your own personality in the content that you are posting for your business. So hopefully today I'll be able to give you a couple tips to be able to do that on your own. My first tip is to actually share stories. So jumping on lives, creating like Q&As, putting fun facts in the stories on social media, making behind the scenes little videos or explaining what is going on. Really making that emotional connection with your audience by telling true stories that have happened to you, or tell stories that are happening right now. The point of the matter is to just be you and be real, and give your audience, your followers, a little glimpse into the world of yourself, because that's where the real connections are going to be made. So the more that you can personalize the content, not make it generic, put your own testimonials in. Maybe if you're giving tips and tricks, maybe you can talk about certain circumstances that has happened in your own journey, or your client's journey, your customer's journey, the products they've bought from you, how they've experienced it, how that made you feel. These really personal stories that people can start to relate to, and it makes them want to connect with you more. And our second tip is to actually, a lot of times people say to make content and to write like your audience, but I really encourage you to write content like you would be talking. So going back to that website example, for that humorous and outspoken person that had a very dull, plain, not really engaging website, that wasn't really speaking to that person's brand. So making sure your website content, the things you're writing, your blogs that you're writing, your social media posts, it sounds like you. It matches. If someone was to read your social media post and then they were to meet you, you were using the same terms. If you're humorous, you're making jokes within your content, so people can get to understand how your personality is. And the way you do that is by talking in your content the way you normally would in person. So that's a really great way to be able to make that connection. Also, using humor, or not using humor, if you're very a serious person, and that's just the way that you conduct your business and that's your personality, then using humor wouldn't really make sense in these posts, because that's remember the saying, your vibe attracts your tribe. So if this person was non-humorous and then started using humor, the people that had been following the person wouldn't be relating and say, well, this doesn't sound like that person. So the more authentic you can be, the more the tone you use, the words you use, the humor or non-humor. Maybe you have specific words that you have made up in that you have sprinkled throughout your website. And so you sprinkle it out in all the other content that you're creating, social media posts, blogs. People start to get to know you. There's, even colors, Gem Marketing Solutions, we're known for wearing green a lot. Every time we're out in public or public events, we wear green. You can see a green blazer behind me. I know other brands that we work with that they have adopted that, a color that represents their brand. My team just went to a conference, Content Marketing World. They have adopted a color orange for their conference. So all the attendees were orange, everything was orange. So then you start to think about that color and you think of that brand. So adopting a color that represents your brand is another way to make that emotional connection and bring that personality into your content that represents your brand, that translates into creating followers, into customers. And lastly, I would really encourage you to be visual. So what I mean by being visual is like showing your face right now. I'm making this video of helpful tips to help you grow your business, do content in a different way, and you can be doing the same. So maybe if you're not a video person, you could be just taking a picture. You could take a picture of yourself in your workspace. If you have a brick and mortar store, you're showing your space, you're showing yourself. You're holding up something, even though I shouldn't be drinking this. I mean, but I need energy. So you're showing your product, and you're saying some fun facts about why you love it, or maybe some fun facts about a story how you brought it into your store. The thing is just be visual. Show your face. People love to see faces, and so does actually the algorithms in the social media platforms, especially Instagram. They will definitely start to show your feed more if faces are there. So, but I'm not saying it just to do it for the algorithm. I'm actually doing it because I want people to make a connection with you. You are your brand, so making sure there's pops of you into your content. A great example of my own is I have a wonderful tattoo artist, and his whole feed is all of his artwork, which does make sense, right? Because that's the way we base our decisions off of, if the artwork is good enough that we want them to do that work on ourselves. But as I have great conversations with him, he was never showing his face in his Instagram. So I think a lot of times we want to see who's doing the work. We want that behind the scenes access. So even if you're putting it in your stories really quick and not putting it on your feed, there's just a million ways for you to put yourself out there. But it's really important that you start to show up and show your personality to your content. And I promise you're going to see an increase in engagement. So I hope this Marketing in a Minute was helpful to you. Be sure to visit our website, jetmarketingsolutions.biz, for more tips. Subscribe on our YouTube channel, and we will be back soon with more tips. Have a good day.